What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog. Today is a cold day here in New York City, but I'm gonna go to one of my favorite neighborhoods in Manhattan, which is East Harlem, or better known as Spanish Harlem or Barrio. So I'm gonna walk to 96th Street, explore around, and I'm gonna be going uptown to the 100th Streets and see what can I find. So I want to take you guys with me, so join me. So one of the reasons why they call that neighborhood is El Barrio is because years ago, decades ago, a lot of Puerto Rican people migrated and they settled in that neighborhood. So they used to call it like El Barrio, like it's called the hood or whatever, or the neighborhood back in Puerto Rico. So it's mostly a lot of Puerto Ricans in that neighborhood. But little by little, the neighborhood is changing and it's starting to have different types of people, like Mexicans, other types of Spanish people, you know, mixed of different cultures. So I always love going there because it feels like a local vibe in New York City, Manhattan. They got like amazing food for a good price. And the vibes there is pretty good, and the architecture is really beautiful there. They got like street art, so I'm really excited. I still got a few blocks to go so I can enter East Harlem, but we're gonna make it there. So, especially I'm in East Harlem, you can't really see much of a difference over here because I'm still entertaining the Upper East Side, but once I start walking a little bit uptown, like to the 100th Street, you're gonna start seeing it looks more like a regular neighborhood. Well, here you still see some condos. Sorry about the wind. But let's walk forward. So here you can see how the neighborhood starts changing little by little. It starts turning like more residential, a lot of apartment complex. And to my right hand, housing projects, which is really, you know, here in New York, they have like a lot of housing projects, tall buildings, called the PJs. So yeah, and the sad thing is that they don't have like a really good reputation, but just like any place, there's good people, there's bad people. You just gotta use your common sense. But yeah, I'm in Lexington Avenue. I'm gonna walk a little bit through 3rd Avenue, make my left hand, keep going uptown. Then I'm gonna make my way close to Central Park so you guys can see two big museums are in East Harlem. And then I'll make it to 116 where they got like all the stores, all the restaurants and stuff, all the business. So I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. 3rd Avenue over now. We got a couple of businesses over here. You can start seeing how little by little they start building like brand new buildings, new development. But then you got the original buildings over there. You know, a lot of people, a lot of family, mostly low-income people live over there. But a lot of good people live in the projects. Like I met really good people. Cause like I say, it doesn't have a good reputation, but I met amazing people. And a lot of famous people, artists and stuff, they come out of buildings like this. And they make it pretty big. Also, Tito Fuente used to be like a drummer from Puerto Rico. Well, not from, he's Puerto Rican, but he was born and raised in East Harlem. He came out of this neighborhood. As I was walking, I had to make a turn here because I like how this street looks like. Up in the hill, and here you can see like a street art. And they have a lot of those in Harlem. That's the Freedom Tower and a lady there holding a child. And you see a 360 view of East Harlem. And over there's like another mural too, really cool. And they have a playground to my right hand and a basketball court here with just like an open space. And then over there you see the mural that I was talking about. And a playground. So this is like the type of neighborhoods I like walking around. Like you start to feel like a local vibe, you know. Nothing generic. Real people, you know. Real restaurants, good restaurants. So yeah. Here I am in one of the main streets, 103rd, and I can smell like the sandwiches that they got in the delis, because one thing famous here in Harlem are the delis. You can see one over here, probably closed, but yeah, deli and bodegas in the street, and then ahead of me is Central Park. But yeah, it's pretty famous around here. And then one thing that came out of here, you know, they got a chili feast, the Philly cheesesteak. One thing that came out of Harlem is the chop and cheese, which is like the New York version. So talking about delis, they got like a little market there, another deli. Lexington 103rd, you know. So I'm gonna walk forward. You can see how the neighborhood is over here. Lexington Avenue over here, another restaurant, another main street, another deli. And then you can see the apartments in the first floor. And there's a bridge because that's where the train passes by. The Metro North, which takes you, you know, to the Bronx and Westchester County, probably Yonkers or Mount Vernon. But yeah, it's like a different vibe over here, but I love it so far. And I think I see like a barbershop ahead of me. You got like an abandoned park, and I guess it's like a new tall building they built. And then you got the fathers ahead of me. Here across between this housing complex. They're gonna make it to the other side of Park, not Park Avenue, by Central Park, because I want to show you the museum. And then it's strange as I'm walking around here. You can see like that tall building. Not sure how new the building is, but surrounded by this buildings. And they got more over here. But I think it's something that makes New York City pretty interesting, you know, how diverse it is and how different it can change when you go from one block to another, no matter how far you walk. So as you can see here, Central Park is to my left hand, and then you got East Harlem to my right hand, and the Museum of New York is over there. Museo Barrio is not far from here. I think it's next door. I went there like 2 years ago for a summer event. They had like music and stuff, and it was really fun. So that's the Museum of the City of New York. You know, pretty interesting. They got like really nice exhibitions, and I recommend that you guys come here and check it out. So now I'm just gonna head back to the regular neighborhood and walk around and see what else can I find. I know when I go uptown, it's gonna get a little bit more busy, like more people around, more restaurants, more going on. You don't see too many people around here, I guess because of the pandemic, and plus the weather's like really cold today, you know. But I'm still out here doing what I gotta do, you know. I gotta say, I don't know why, but I really love this bridge over here at the Metro North. The way how it's designed with the stones and all that. Like, I think it's pretty cool, you know. It's pretty interesting. As I'm walking around here, I really love the architecture in East Harlem. And they got like this beautiful church around here. I guess it's a church. And then they got like this red building. And then if you walk ahead of me, there's a brownstone building. Let me show you. Which is really famous around New York City, you know, Brooklyn. Here you see the brownstones. Really beautiful. And now I'm walking around Lexington Avenue, which a lot of people probably have seen in Midtown Manhattan with the tall skyscrapers. But this is how Lexington Avenue looks all the way up here in Uptown. You can see more local with the old buildings, the architecture, the barbershop, the deli groceries in the first floor. We got like a salsa gallery. So yeah, it's a really, really cool neighborhood. Yeah, East Harlem. And then here you can see how they got the beautiful brownstones. And to this side, like it's one of my favorite type of apartment buildings. And then over here I see something. If you're from Puerto Rico, you know what this is. Another mural, Oscar Lopez. Then they got the flag here. You know, you see the colors. You know, this is the color of the flag of Lauders, and then this one, you know, for resistance to Puerto Rican human rights. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Ahead of me is 110. Like another main street in East Harlem, you can start seeing like more activity going on over here with businesses and stuff. There you can see the buildings and all of that. So yeah, a lot of businesses are shut down. Windy over here. You see the pharmacy here is shut down. And then over here to my left side, I see something that I like. They hit a train with just a mural, like an indigenous mural, you know. Here you got like another mural. Yeah, let me just cross the street. You see a local neighborhood, local street. But now let me just walk here. Yeah, it's a pretty cool mural. And then that's where I was walking. I'm on Lexington Avenue. So as you can see, it goes all the way uptown. And I never made a block here. I only made a block for the Puerto Rican festival a couple of years ago, but I never wandered around the neighborhood to make a block. So now is what I'm doing it. And then over here, you see that building there. That's like a brand new building they're building. I think over there, that's another one. I'm putting another new building. And then you see the housing projects. And then I walk over here, see a barber shop, a few nice restaurants. And then you see that old building. And then in the middle, it looks like they're building that brand new building. So it seems like little by little they're trying to change the neighborhood. Which I know the original Harlem, I mean the whole Harlem has gentrified a lot, has changed a lot. But I think still Spanish Harlem or with Barrio, it still tries to keep like its tradition, you know. So yeah. And then here, another cool thing. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a Puerto Rican flag over there and then in the windows. Too bad the GoPro can't zoom. But yeah, that's one cool thing you're gonna find in this neighborhood. A lot of Puerto Rican flags hanging out in the windows. Also probably Dominicans and other, because there's all kinds of people around here. You know, back in the days there used to be a lot of Puerto Ricans, but little by little the neighborhood has changed. You can see some of the new buildings combined with the old buildings. You can see little by little the neighborhood is changing. It could be good, but it could be bad at the same time. Like I prefer the neighborhoods to stay original, you know, to keep its own authentic touch. But you know how it is. So I'm a block down from reaching one of the main streets here in East Harlem, which is 115th Street. One of my favorite restaurants is around there, the Cuchi Fritos, but I don't think they do outdoor dining, you know, and you can't do indoor dining at the moment in New York City. But yeah, you can start seeing, you know, little by little more activities. This is 115, so I'm gonna walk a block forward. Over here is 115th Street. You can see all the businesses over here. Even got a few restaurants. You see the beautiful architecture there, the apartments. Yeah, it was just like a Mexican market, I guess. Barber shop. Fresh fruits. Fortunately, the battery in my GoPro died, so I'm just using the cell phone here. But yeah, as you can see, really cool neighborhood, right? 116, they got like a lot of nice restaurants here. A lot of Mexican spots here. And this is the famous spot that I go, Cuchi Fritos. They got like really good stuff. They're really good food and cheap too. I like the juices too. They got mofongo, a lot of fritters. So yeah, that's 116th Street. A lot of cool things happening over there. So now I'm just gonna walk a little forward. Just more into a regular neighborhood, but yeah, new developments, Puerto Rican flag, an old building, and more new developments going on here. Around this area, I guess you feel like you're somewhere, I don't know, in Midtown with the buildings like this. But yeah, this is the heart of East Harlem. You know, pretty mixed neighborhood. A little bit of everything around here. So that was the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video here of East Harlem in New York City. So be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all and peace.